How you going? Are you going live already, are you?
We are live.
Okay.
Barbara Beaton interview. Woohoo!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to have you guys along for the very first Galaxy interview here in the new premises of 107 FM. And guess who it is? It's Barbara Beaton. Now, she's coming out of Sydney, Nova Scotia. Barbara, isn't that way up just past Nova Scotia? Aren't you on an island somewhere or close to an island in a cape?
Yeah, it's called Cape Breton Island.
Oh, right. Because I have Sydney here now. The closest Sydney we know of is in Australia.
Sydney, Australia, yes. We're quite a distance from that.
Right. Because believe me, we are just over the ditch from Australia. We actually don't have anything to do with it, except for maybe a little contentious thing about Tasmania. We want to own that island because it's connected to the New Zealand intercontinental belt, not to Australia, and we want back taxes. Otherwise, we're going to tow it back.
You can't do that.
Well, we could give it a damn good try. Us Kiwis, we're innovative, believe me.
The only thing is I can't show her on screen the songs playing.
Right.
Because of that. That's right.
Well, you can pass it over to me and I can show you that. How's this? Really interactive now. How we going there? We got it? There we go.
So
Look at that.
people can see that she's playing.
Oh, what have I done? Yeah, not done a thing.
You did well, everyone. Hi, Facebook fan.
I'm a technological
Oh no,
marvel,
there's
I
me.
tell you.
Sorry.
I'm about as apt as an app. You know, one that doesn't work. Anyway, Barbara, we are going to go live in about a minute.
Okay.
Let's have some fun.
Sure, I'm all for fun.
Could be morbid though.
Oh, well, you know, that could be fun in its own right. Don't you think?
Yes, definitely. No sound. It's only coming out your headset. No sound. No sound.
I was not talking this way.
No, but I can't. Okay.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and well, what do you know, we're joined, coming out of Sydney, Nova Scotia, and believe me, I'm really excited about this, is Barbara Beaton, and real pleasure to have you with us, Barbara.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm very excited.
You know, Barbara, I really am a big fan of your music. I got to be honest with you. I'm an engineer as well as a DJ, and have worked with some pretty prestigious bands around the world over the years. And as an engineer, not only working in studio, but doing live stuff as well. I don't listen to music as a fan would listen to music. I listen to it as an engineer would. And I've got to be absolutely honest with you, I really can't fault your music. Now, we just played United. Now, tell me all about United. Where did you get this recorded? Who's the producer on that? And more importantly, how did you come to the lyrics?
The producer, I recorded that in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and the producer was a gentleman by the name of Mark Scott, who has a studio called Smashbox Studios. I wrote the lyrics because the last number of years there's been a lot of rise in a lot of hate crimes and terrorism, and I'm a person that's very disturbed by events like that happen, to the point where I lose sleep over it. I think about them too much, more so than the average person, I guess. And so things like that keep me awake at night, so then I write lyrics. In the middle of the night, lyrics come to my mind, and then I'll write the lyrics. And I really wanted to record the song because of all the hate crimes and stuff happening in the last number of years.
I can fully understand that, and at the same time, excuse me while I fiddle with this button.
Sure.
At the same time, I suppose you would realise just recently we had a little hate thing going on down in Christchurch ourselves, so we can relate to exactly what you're saying there. We really, really can. Now, at the same time, though, and I got to be honest with you, we absolutely love United, and just wondering, at the same time, whether you perform that live, and is it off a new album right now?
I haven't performed United live. That's one of the ones that I haven't. The others that I sent you, I have. It has never come up. Nobody's asked me to perform that particular song, which stuns me because of everything that's going on in the world today. You would just think that would be a song that people would want to hear. But it's not my most popular here.
Well, I got to be honest with you. We needed a place to be able to start, and we thought this was a good place to start, was United, because we really, really do love and respect that song. And at the same time, I don't understand why people aren't switching onto it. We play it quite a bit. It has been requested quite a bit as well. About 1,500 requests have come in since we've been playing you. And believe me, that's quite an impressive record as of itself, but we're working up to one that is absolutely superb, and I'm talking about Anna. But that's coming up very, very shortly. Now, you've been performing since basically 5 years of age?
Not necessarily performing. I've been writing since I was young, but I never had the confidence to get out there and perform. And I still lack confidence in my writing, but I have performed a few times in the last couple of years. I don't have a band, so that kind of holds me back. So I just do recording, and the radio stations play my songs. But I do have to get a band and get out there more, and that's what my goal is for the coming year.
I fully understand what you're saying there, and absolutely in awe that you don't have a band at this time, because believe me, you're an absolutely stunning artist. Now, you were also introduced to us by good friends of Galaxy 107 FM, Drake and of course Patrick. You're doing a new song, I think it is, with Drake Jensen very, very shortly. Is it okay to be able to talk about that?
Yeah, sure.
Because we are very, very fascinated. Of course, Drake is a very close friend of ours here at Galaxy, and this is how we got to meet you. And we're absolutely in awe of the music that was passed on to us that we started playing here at Galaxy, and believe me, we've been getting quite a response to this. Now, when is the new Drake Jensen and Barb Beaton song coming out?
Actually, I'm going to record it this weekend. I'm driving down to a place called Berwick, Nova Scotia. It's approximately 6 hours from where I live. And a gentleman by the name of John Hemingway is going to be the producer. He has a studio in his home. And so, this weekend I'm looking forward to recording the song. It's called Pictures on a Shelf.
Nice. Now, when you meet up with Drake, give him a big hug for me, won't you?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be there at that time. He's coming the week later. So we're going to miss each other.
Ah,
As you and Nate, we're going to miss each other.
well, that's a shame because, believe me, really big fan of Drake's and, of course, Patrick Massey's as well. They did a duo as well, and we did an interview
Oh, it
with
was a
them.
great song. It really was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love those guys to bits. I really, really do. Now, at the same time, and this is a little sensitive, I know that it's going to be a little sensitive, but very, very interesting to talk about, is that you had a near-death experience just recently.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago, actually. I kind of had like an exercise addiction and worked out at the gym a little bit too hard and ended up with a thing called rhabdomyolysis. And what that is that my muscles ripped apart and everything poured out into my kidneys and my liver. So I was pretty toxic, and they thought I was going to have to go on dialysis. So I had to stay in the hospital for a bit, but everything ended up to be good. So,
You know, some of the experiences in life are unwarranted and unneeded, I've got to be honest with you, but I'm so pleased that you were able to pull through and get to the stage because, believe me, we absolutely love you here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, I want to talk to you about Original Recipe. Tell me all about it.
Original Recipe is a song about not changing yourself to be something different physically. God made you the way that you are, and if you believe in God or whoever, higher power, it made you that way, and it's about plastic surgery and trying to be comfortable in your own skin without trying to change yourself. I've gone to talk about plastic surgery with doctors before, and so I wrote it to try to say to others not to do it. I've not had any, by the way, but I've considered it.
Why would you do that? You believe me, you don't need it. You really, really don't. So, right here at Galaxy 107 FM is Barb Beaton joining us live with Original Recipe. Whew, it's hot up here, Barbara.
Wow, it's
If you're talking to this Barb, it's hot in here too.
Well, actually, I was talking to my PA, my best friend, my confidant, and my co-host of the breakfast show, starting next week as well, by the way.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Absolutely.
I started last week.
Well, you were practicing last week,
Oh,
and I
okay.
kind of figure that you're really good enough to be able to do this.
I'm a little nervous tonight.
Don't be.
Oh, no, don't be nervous of that.
And I mean, this is my 4th radio interview, so I should be okay, but I'm a little nervous.
Okay, well, let's check this out. There is 5,263,000 online right now listening to us
Not
live.
million.
Awesome.
5
That's
million.
great.
Sorry.
5,263,000 online right now. They're just eavesdropping. It's only you and me, and of course Barbara, and then the rest of the crew that are, listening and doing their things, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Are you trying to make me a little more nervous?
No, I'm just trying to tell you, it's just you and me, mate.
And me.
We're all good.
So too bad.
I think I need another glass of red wine.
Well, yeah, hey, look, go. Well, actually, you've got about a minute and 2. Now,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
okay, I want to go and talk about websites and stuff like that next. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Nice, let's do it.
Hi, Nick, Francis, and Tommy.
right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and I'm joined live, absolutely elated, I've got to be honest with you, by Barb Beaton coming out of Sydney, Nova Scotia, and believe me, absolutely love that place, but wouldn't go there in the winter time. I'm sorry, you can have that.
I'm here in the winter.
I have seen some winter shots from there, and I'm thinking, no, thank you. Don't want a bar of that. But believe me, I'm pleased you're there, because you're making wonderful music from, of course, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Now, as a child, you used to go and buy records just to see who's writing the lyrics, and you also consider yourself a bit of a songwriter. But tell me something. Who were your influences as you were buying these records? Who was the biggest people that you took note of that you would, maybe want to do something about?
I think the earliest songwriter that I kind of was drawn to would be John Lennon.
Yeah.
I know the Beatles are great and everything, but I love John Lennon, like his music solo more so than the actual Beatles. I just loved his lyrics and would read the lyrics. My brother had the albums. My older brother. I had a lot of different musical influences because there's 4 other siblings, and everybody listened to something different. But I would have to say that my earliest would be John Lennon.
I got to agree with you. Good taste, by the way. I got to be. Always a big fan of John, and unfortunately, he really made history in the wrong way, if you know what I mean. We still need that man on this planet. But at the same time, you are making wonderful music yourself. Now, when is the new album coming out with all of these wonderful songs?
Like I say, I'm doing another song this weekend, and hopefully we'll have an album done by the first of the 2020.
I'm absolutely looking forward to that, because maybe, just maybe, you'll keep us in mind, send us a couple of copies of every stage that you're doing, if you know what I mean. So that
I'd love to.
We'd love to be able to continue promoting you. Now, I got to ask you, and this is a fan question, is how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Barbara, do you respond?
I do. I'm actually on Facebook and I'm on Twitter. I don't do the Instagram thing as of yet, but Drake told me I should get on there. So I will be setting one up. But yeah, Facebook and Twitter, I respond.
Nice.
For sure.
Absolutely brilliant, because these days, that's basically where your internet fan base is built on, if you know what I mean, is places like that. And fans like to be able to feel that they're in touch with their selected artists like yourself. And it is always nice to be able to get something special back from the artist itself. Now, at the same time, do you have a website?
I don't have a website.
Ah, okay.
And that's another thing that Drake has gotten after me for.
Yeah. Well, you see on websites, then maybe you'll be able to put a merch store, everything like that, and even put your music, all of that on there, where people can buy this. And believe me, it is important that artists make some money. So as soon as you get that up, please let us know so that we can actually give that to all of our fans. And we're way over 5 million listening this morning. And everybody joining us live on Facebook as well. Got to welcome them along so that we can make you some money.
Yes, no, I definitely am going to set one up, because like I say, Drake had mentioned to me several times that I should have, a website and Instagram and etc.
I tell you what, at the same time, consider getting yourself a little bit of merch so that when our listeners come along and go to your particular website, and not only be able to buy and download all your music, but maybe some t-shirts and koozies and stuff like that. Believe me, everybody loves them, including maybe some of your guitar picks, stuff like that. You never know. A couple of signed photos, all that sort of stuff. Get that together, and believe me, it's always nice to be able to make a few extra dollars wherever you can.
It is. It costs a lot to record music, so...
It really does. This is what I'm trying to get to, is we need you to be able to continue to make awesome music like you're making at the moment, and we need a little funds to be able to do so. So let's try and get you some money to get that up. So as soon as you get that up, please let us know. Let Barbara know. This Barbara
I
here.
will, definitely.
And she'll be sure to let me know. I'll promote that 100% for you, Barbara. I really, really will. Now, I want to talk to you about Sticks and Stones, but first of all, before I do talk to you about this, because believe me, one of my favourites, I've got to be honest with you, my overall favourite is still yet to come. But I'm just wondering, Barbara, have you ever considered touring maybe to the Antipodes, maybe here down under?
Oh, I would love to. I always wanted to go down around like New Zealand, Australia, that whole area would be awesome.
But we are...
I've only seen pictures, that's it.
Well, believe me, I'm sure they're pretty good, and they didn't have one of me in them. But I tell you what, I think we're in negotiations to get Patrick Massey and Drake Jensen down. Just wondering if you'd be interested in maybe accompanying these guys and being a special guest, something like that.
Oh, I would definitely go. Most definitely.
I tell you what, Barbara's nodding her head quite well. You see, Barbara is manager of Aurora Entertainments as well, and we bring bands into the country. All it comes down to, I've got to be honest with you, is a bit of sponsorship to get you guys down here. We can take care of everything else, including all your staging, backline, you name it. We, accommodations, got it all, logistics, no worries. Just comes down to a bit of money. But at the same time, I kind of feel, 4 shows here in New Zealand and, well, maybe a couple in Australia, kind of like taking Australian money, I don't mind. So maybe we could make it worth your while, you, Drake and Paul, to be able to come down here. Patrick.
Patrick, yes, seriously, I'm game. I'll go now.
Nice.
I'm ready.
Well, you see the way the stats are going with us here and how we're playing. Believe me, I think Kiwis would absolutely eat you guys up and just love every single show. And as I said, maybe about 4 shows. So keep in touch with Barbara about that, and we'll see where we can put something together for sure. Now, at the
that sounds fantastic.
At the same time, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Oh, here we...
What is it?
A hoo-hoo grub.
A hoo-hoo gram?
Grub.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're not.
Okay, you've heard of a caterpillar, right?
Yes.
Right, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini. It's big, it's white, it has a black head. And you see, what we do is when we get artists here in New Zealand, we have a thing called wild foods that we kind of, want to take part in. And when you put this live body in your mouth, bite off the head. Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on this, it tastes like creamy peanut butter.
Okay, it doesn't sound good to me.
Tell you what, we'll put maybe a bit of moonshine, something like that. I don't know. I tell you what, we'll dip it in chocolate for you.
Yeah, I see. I'm vegetarian.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Well, we'll dip it in vegetarian chocolate for you.
That's it.
We'll do that. But believe me, you will
We're not
absolutely
doing
love
that.
it. It is one of the native foods that is a delicacy. The local indigenous folks called the Maori actually ate them and still do.
Really? Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing, but...
No, it's not.
Yeah, lots of fun here. It's going to be lots of
But
fun.
I'll
believe
take
me.
your word for it.
Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll get Barbara to send you the video, the instructional video. Believe me, that will probably put you off, but still, I'll do that.
Put me
At the same time, I don't know, Barbara, we'll take you down the bottom of the South Island.
No, we'll throw you off.
We'll throw both of us off. How's that? We'll just throw you off a bridge.
I don't know about that either.
Have you ever heard of bungee jumping?
Yes, I have, yes.
Okay, and believe me, Queenstown is a very, very famous place in New Zealand for bungee jumping, and we love to participate in that as much as possible. And believe me, if you want to partner. I'm sure Barbara will go with you. She's scared of heights.
Look, Grant.
I am as well, Barb. Must be a Barb thing.
Yes, look, Grant, we'll just drop you off and we'll go shopping in Queenstown.
Okay, there's a good idea.
Yes, shopping. I can handle that.
Yes, see?
Right. Barbara
you
reckons
guys
she's going to
can
drop
do
me
that.
off and you guys are going to shopping. But in the meantime, we can always bring you back up to the North Island to a city called Rotorua, which is, about an hour's drive from here, maybe 45 minutes away from where we are at the moment. And take you to Hell's Gate, which will take you back in time to when the Maori walked the earth in grass skirts and all that sort of stuff, and even teach you to be able to cook in natural geyser water, everything like that. We'll be able to cook an egg and watch the bubbly stuff go off. It's like stepping right back in time. It really, really is. At the same time, we'll put you in a Zorb.
Put me in a, what was it?
A Zorb.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm not sure what that is.
Right. Well, it's a big ball that we put you inside of and then roll you down a hill like an egg.
Oh, I've seen that. Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, we'll put you in one of those.
No.
And
You just give me a push.
yeah, exactly. And believe me, I don't mind pushing. Yeah,
Or
I
give
don't
me a
mind.
kick down the hill.
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, a lot of fun. Really, really
She'll
is.
run you over.
The luges as well, we can do all of those. The gondola to the restaurant, we can do that after you come back to Earth again. And, have you, I don't know whether you'd be familiar with Lord of the Rings, for instance.
I've not seen any of the movies.
Okay, well, recommend it. I really, really do. Sir Peter would be rather upset that somebody in this world hasn't seen Lord of the Rings yet. But we're maybe about, an hour and a half away from Middle Earth, or Hobbiton actually, where they filmed the Bigfoots and all of that sort of stuff. So we could take you there, show you around there, and then maybe
Go
if
shopping.
you are still game, we'll take you up to Auckland and put you on a sailing boat around the Hauraki Gulf, have a wine and a dinner, and just relax and take in the scenery. What do you reckon?
Now that sounds like the best thing you've said so far.
You see, us Barbara.
I knew it.
Us
Believe
Barbara.
me, absolutely. Everybody goes for the Hauraki Gulf boat ride. They really, really do, because it is really spectacular in its own right. It really, really is. And we love to be able to promote and share our lovely cities throughout New Zealand. So we would love to have you, and of course Drake and Patrick, performing here in New Zealand, and would absolutely be elated if you consider it at least. Now,
There is no considering. I'm in.
nice.
If it's a go, I'm in.
Nice, because believe me, we would love to have you. We really would. Now, let's talk about Sticks and Stones. Now, this is one of the first song that I actually heard of you with, Barbara. It really, really was. And I took to it pretty much straight away. Want to know all about it. How did you come to the lyrics?
Sticks and Stones is about, like, for instance, people constantly say your hair is a mess. You know, you're too old for that hairstyle, blah, blah, blah. The way I dress is too young for my age. So that's how it started, with the first verse. And then also, right down to the last verse about where my dog is a mutt. When I was 10 years old, I had a German Shepherd, and God love her, she was beautiful to me, but needed a really good bath and a good comb out. And I took her to a dog show, and I got kicked out of the dog show because I was told my dog was a mutt. So that is true.
Okay, I can relate to that. Believe me, Sticks and Stones. You see, I'm trans slim. I'm a fat man caught in a skinny body.
Yes.
So it's really about people talking about you, and you know, your words really don't hurt. You know, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think.
Absolutely, love that, love that, love that. Now, where did you get this recorded?
Also in Sydney with Mark Scott.
Nice. So, right here at Galaxy 107 FM live is Barb Beaton. It's Sticks and Stones.
You don't like the clothes that I wear, oh my big curly hair.
think Barbara's a girl after my own heart.
I
She
do
sounds
too,
just
I
like
really
me.
do. Yeah.
I wear clothes I shouldn't wear for my
Are you
age
okay there,
and-
Barbara?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm good. I'm good.
Nice.
I love the
nice.
song.
So we come to Anna, and I really, really am fascinated with this because, believe me, we've had about 6,300 requests for it, just on
Oh,
300.
really?
So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's impressive. Very impressive.
So, it's continuing. It's just going and going and going. So, I want to know all about that. I really, really do. And can't wait until you come and play live for us down here in New Zealand. We're absolutely fascinated with you.
And go shopping.
And go shopping.
And go shopping. Yes,
And go
that's
shopping.
that's the big thing.
It is.
And
it
Vicky,
is.
my friend's online. You can come too, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky, yeah, absolutely. You'll love Vicky. You really, really will. And,
Oh, really?
oh, huge fan of music. I see her at all sorts of concerts. I really
We
do.
have.
You know, so
Playing up.
yeah, you would love her. You really, really would.
Hi, sweetheart.
Did you say she works at the station?
No, she's
She's my
actually a fan
girlfriend.
and a girlfriend of Barbara's. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, the thing is, when I let those two loose, God only know what happens.
It could be trouble.
Oh, totally, guaranteed.
And then add another Barb into the mix, and
Yes.
that might not be good.
There you go. There you go.
Sounds like fun.
It sounds like the girls.
But anyway,
actually.
we're going to throw you off the bridge.
You're going to throw me off the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah.
I'll gladly go off the bridge. You know
I'm going to
that.
bring
I'm not
Vicky, so
scared.
it'll be three
I
of
do.
us.
I do
There'll be
skydiving.
three
I'm not
of
scared of
us.
heights.
There'll be three of us.
Barbara, would you like to go skydiving instead?
I don't know if I could do it. I really don't.
We could do a tandem.
Yeah, I might be a little afraid of that. I don't know. I'd have to have a lot of wine, I think.
Yeah, okay, you can have a lot of wine, but
Oh,
as long as you can put up with
no.
my screaming on the way down, you'll be fine.
I don't think you'd hear yourself scream, but you'd hear me.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
it's too cold up there.
Anyway,
Elaine.
let's go back
It's
to
too
it.
cold. Beautiful Barbara. Thirsty ground.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 17 degrees downtown right now. We've gone over our high by a couple, loving that. Knew we could, but believe me, not too looking good for the future, to be quite honest. As far as the rain goes, it's coming back again. It is Monday, June the 10th, start of the working week, and couldn't be more elated than being joined coming out of Sydney, Nova Scotia, is Barbara Beaton. Barbara, absolutely got to say thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to be able to spend with us down here down under.
Oh, thank you so much, Grant, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
It is an absolute honour to be able to talk to an artist as such like yourself and be able to get behind you and promote as much as we can. Now, I just got to ask you, when you bring out your new album, and also I'm just wondering, are you going to be putting it on a CD or are you just going to be leaving it as a digital?
More than likely just digital.
Okay, and are you looking at doing any t-shirts soon? You see, what I'm leading to here is maybe could you send us a few little bits and pieces? You see, today I'm wearing Taylor X. Absolutely love Taylor, actually. I really, really do. But subliminally, when I do interviews and everybody's watching on the Facebook Live Gizme thingy that Barbara's got, subliminally people actually have a look at this and then they go, oh, Google, and before you know it, you got a whole heap more new friends that you didn't know you existed with. So believe me, if you've got any t-shirts, anything like that, pass it on to us and let us promote you that a little bit more. We would be absolutely honoured. Would you consider that?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Nice.
For sure.
Nice. Now, if you're going to do that, though, I must warn you, best of all is to send 3 t-shirts, one for the production manager. She's small, tiny, really is. One for me, I'm medium, and of course one for Barbara, who's a little bigger. If you know what I mean. But we...
I got it.
Nice, thank you very, very much. I didn't want to actually explain that too much more. But believe me, we love to be able to promote artists as much as possible and be seen wearing their merchandise, stuff like that, and would be very, very honoured to be able to do that for you. Yes, Taylor X, love Taylor X, really, really do. Big fan of hers. And believe me, I would love to be able to introduce you, Barbara, because I think you'd find her music very, very interesting. She's more the pops kind of artist, which gives me now what I think is a segue, not only from country music, and I think it's got a place in country music, but I've been playing you on The Breakfast Show alongside the Taylor Swifts, the Katy Perrys, and the Taylor X's, all of these young girls that are famous in the world of music right now. I've been playing Anna right in there. Now, believe me, it's about 6,300 requests so far and climbing as we speak. Now, please, tell me, how did you come to this?
Well, Anna is about struggling with inner demons. So it can be any inner demon that somebody struggles with, whether it be drugs, alcohol, any kind of addiction. Mine, I was anorexic and bulimic for many years, and last summer is when I wrote the song. I have a friend who also struggled with anorexia, and kind of talking with her played on my own mind, and I started to have those feelings again, and so that's how I came about the song.
Now, at the same time, you have a medical background. Let's just have a little talk about the medical background before we get too much further into Anna, because believe me, I want to talk about Anna all day. I really, really do. But your medical profession, you were in the blood banks.
I was in the lab, the local lab here in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and I did several jobs there, from blood collecting to working in the microbiology department. The morgue was for the last 10 years that I was there. I worked in the morgue, which was pretty gruesome.
I love that, I really, really do. But moreover, let's start at the start, and I've always wanted to ask somebody who did this, when you stick the needle in a vein to get some blood out, do you do it extra especially hard just for the hell of it?
No, actually, I think I have a good track record.
Oh, bugger, but,
A lot of people say that I don't really hurt them, so I try not to. I try to be very gentle.
Gosh, come on. I'm sorry, I'd be having way too much fun with that one alone. But working in a morgue, now, tell me about that. Was it at night time?
No, actually, it was in the day. I worked morning shifts, and I would send out brains, hearts, and lungs to other doctors in different locations. I also disposed of body organs and body parts.
Nice, I love this. I really, really do. Because believe me, I've always wanted to be able to legally chop up bodies. Let's send off a heart or a lung or maybe just a brain to somebody. With Beth's wishes from the morgue. I love that. You stab him, we'll slab him. Yeah, no worries. But
for me now, I can't even watch anything on TV to do with any of that type of stuff.
Okay, because I was going to say, what sort of person does it actually take to be able to be a person who works in a morgue? Tell me about it. Well, how did you get to that?
Well, I worked in the lab, and this job came up in the morgue, and it's not a job that I actually wanted, but it came with benefits. and so therefore I applied for it and got the job, and I did it for 10 years.
I'm kind of worried now, the benefits,
Yes.
what, take home a leg or an arm, just, you know.
Yeah, I got all kinds of Halloween lawn ornaments.
She's a female Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Yeah, I love that, I really, really do, because believe me, when I was younger, I used to do a lot of surfing. I come from a little town called Westport, in the west coast of the South Island. Well, that's where I was brought up. Actually, I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, but brought up in Westport, and lots and lots of surf everywhere, and I used to do a lot of surfing. Believe me, I didn't get a lot of schooling in, but got enough in to be able to pass my grades. Don't worry about that. Primarily, I was at the beach. Didn't matter whether it was summer, winter, whatever, riding my surfboard. Anyway, one day, one of my best friends says to me, Dad's selling his cars and is getting new ones. And I'm going, okay. Now, his father was a mortician. And he also had a funeral directory and all that sort of stuff. Or, small town. One guy did it all. Had a couple of cars, getting rid of them. And we came to a really affordable deal for a guy my age at the time. It was a huge amount of money. But we came to a deal. And the day I went to go and pick up this car, and it was a Dodge. It was lovely. Loved it, black. Yeah, just what I was looking for. He tossed me the keys and goes, see you later, closed the door. So I went out there, got in the car and realised, hey, hold on. In the back's a casket.
Really?
Really. And I got out, pulled it out, opened it up, no bodies in it,
Oh, thank God.
So I went and knocked on the door and I says, you've left the casket in there. He goes, oh, it comes with the car. It's shop soiled. I thought, great. Love it. It's got a roof rack. Now it's got a bed. I'm in, right? So I went down to the pub and celebrated that night. And one of the most secret places of Westport to go and have a good surf is right behind the cemetery. So I drove there for the night, parked up, got in my new bed, fell asleep, only to find about so much later the car's rocking like this. I'm going, what the hell's going on? So I opened up the lid and sat up, only to see this kid going in the window. And it wasn't until later I realised where I was and what I was in that scared the living crap out of this kid. Never saw him again.
You do realise that somebody was in there dead at one point, right?
Okay.
That's too eerie for me.
Okay. Somebody who worked in a morgue, too eerie for her.
Yeah.
Those freezers you hold the bodies in?
I had to go in those freezers all the time.
I could quite comfortably work in there.
Really?
I really could. I really could.
Yeah, it was kind of eerie for me when I go in and there were dead bodies laying on the tables.
I get that. I really, really do. But believe me, there's nothing kinky there. I'm actually fascinated with the science of it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just that somebody in my ear says, great, you're getting a bit strange. I don't mean to. I really, really
People
don't.
think you're a little morbid, I think.
Okay. All right, I'll take that.
We'll watch a horror movie later.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. We'll go and watch a horror movie or
Yeah.
something like that. Freddy Krueger. There you go. But we're here to talk about Barbara Beaton and, her number one song, and believe me, the requests are just going phenomenal, if you know what I mean. Last count, of course, was about 6,300
That's amazing.
that have been requesting your song and absolutely loving this. And of course, at the same time, there's a line in there where it says, you can't be my friend no more. How did you come to that?
Anna was like this little voice in my head that would tell me to, you're fat, you're ugly, you're fat, you need to lose weight, etc. So it was like, we're not friends anymore. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. That type of friend is not the type of friend you want in your life. Even though it's not an actual friend, it's that little voice in your head.
I got to be honest with you. I actually thought Anna was a real person when I listened to the song.
Well, that's why I wrote it that way, actually, Grant. I wrote it so that some people had messaged me and said, to me, I take it as a relationship gone wrong. So they got something out of it from that as well. But it's actually about inner demons. But I wrote it in a way that it can mean, bad friendship, bad relationship.
It comes down to the point of interpretation then, and that is fascinating. I absolutely love that. So, the number one requested Barbara Beaton song here at Galaxy 107 FM is Hannah.
I love this song. I'll post it up later, everyone, so you can hear it.
Sorry?
I'm going to post it.
You're going to post it?
Yes.
Are you? Good stuff. Absolutely brilliant. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I just never know when I should talk because I don't want to mess anything up.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Believe me.
We're on Facebook Live. We're not on broadcast.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Barbara will send you a copy of the Facebook Live. We'll convert it over to YouTube so that you can use it for whatever you want. And
Sounds great.
we'll also do probably a crazy photo or two. We do it to everybody so that you can
Okay.
put it on your phone as a wallpaper or something saying, don't do this with crazy Kiwis, because believe me, we've done a
You're
bit of that.
crazy.
Plus, we'll take a couple of photos of you, if you don't mind. We'll put them on our website and
Yeah, sure.
promote you as much as possible. And at the same time, we might even put in a quick video, something like, hi, this is Barbara Beaton. Thank you to DJ Grant and Galaxy 107 FM. We'll put that on our website as well.
Woohoo.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend in Cape Breton here who's from New Zealand.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We're up in Nova Scotia.
Male or female?
Yeah. What's that?
Male or female?
Sorry, female. A theatre friend.
Oh, okay.
We did some theatre together.
Which part of New
Yeah,
Zealand?
which part of New Zealand?
That I don't know.
Oh, we must find
Okay,
out.
well, I'll tell you what. We're
I'll have to find out.
We're in the Bay of Plenty. Now, we get cold here. We grumble and moan and, old folks kind of bitch and groan because it's 0 degrees, but we don't get snow.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
So, I kind of don't like that stuff. I'm kind of allergic
No.
to it,
I feel like I should not have been born on this side of the world because I hate winter and I hate snow.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. You should be over here,
How
believe
would we
me.
have to cope?
Yes, I would love to be there.
We, last summer, Barbara was sitting there going, God, it's hot. Went and took a photo of the temperature. 39.9, almost 40 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Ridiculous, because New Zealand doesn't get that hot either. We're
Yeah, I've got a
lucky if we get
photo.
into the 30s, you know what
Oh,
I
it
mean?
was hot that night.
Anyway, just remind me.
Chop, chop. Back to work.
We can't be friends anymore. No, we can't be friends anymore. Galaxy FM.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Of course, Anna by Barbara Beaton, and Barbara joining us this evening over there from Sydney, Nova Scotia. And I've really got to thank you humbly for taking time out of your evening to join us here in the Antipodes Down Under in New Zealand, land of the long white cloud. And was absolutely humbled by you telling us the backside stories to each and every song. Got to thank you very much for that. But I'm just wondering, when you bring out your new music, would you be interested in passing it back on to us? Maybe Barbara here can get together and we can do a continuing interview about those particular tracks.
Oh, 100%. I enjoyed this evening's interview and I appreciate you guys playing my stuff.
It has been an absolute pleasure to be able to have you do that. Now, Barbara, don't go away just yet. We've got a couple of other things that our Barbara here likes to be able to do. So hang in there. But thank you so much for joining me. Very humbled. Absolutely love your work and looking forward to new stuff in the future. Really are. So You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's the boy Brown.